Happy Friday, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well. It's been a busy week, as always. We got Mother's Day coming up this weekend, so I hope everybody has a blessed weekend hanging out with their mother, their wives that they may have children with, their grandmothers, aunts, etc. Enjoy that. You know, a lot's going on in the market, a lot's going on in the economy, and as always, I will always be back here to talk to you guys about freedom literacy and what that means through the SimpMe brand. For those that may not know me, my name is Jordan Perry, founder and CEO of SimpMe. And what we do is we teach people about freedom literacy. And that entails a lot of things. It entails learning how you can invest your money. It entails how you can learn how to budget, how you can save more. And most importantly, understanding the difference between currency versus hard money. So we share a lot of information across our platforms, whether it's our newsletter, our social media pages like on Instagram, Twitter, etc., YouTube, and we also write newsletters. But at the end of the day, it's always about freedom literacy, because everybody's journey along to freedom literacy is unique. Some people, you know, are really good at trading options, and they may trade and they may invest in businesses. Some individuals may have restaurants that they own, and they use the money from the restaurant to then go buy maybe rentals, and then they use the income from the rentals to then go buy gold or Bitcoin, whatever that may be. Everybody's journey along freedom literacy is very unique. And what I really wanted to talk about today is the idea that it is never too late to start, right? I think a lot of people with social media nowadays, they think that it is too late for them to change their actions, and that couldn't be any further away from the truth. I'll repeat that. A lot of people think that it's too late for them to change their actions and that they can't adapt. They can't modify their financial goals. They can't save up $10,000 or save $1,000 or pay off credit card debt. That's just not true. And really what you have to do is you have to focus on incremental changes. You have to focus on doing a little bit each day that can help you be better. So right now, we're at the beginning of May, right? And a lot of what I had talked about this week for individuals that may be starting their journey in the middle of their journey is understanding how you can take incremental changes and apply certain steps, 3 specific steps, to allow you to attack those financial goals for May. And like I said at the beginning, it's never too late to change and to adapt. So with that being said, the 3 steps that I would like to highlight for all those that are listening today is the following. So 1, being very clear about your goals, right? If you aren't clear about the goals, then it's just an idea. And to some people, I'm not talking about like New Year's resolutions and all that other stuff. I'm talking about specific definitive goals with a specific timeline that you can also be able to act on. And with that being said, if you have specific goals that are definitive with a timeline, it keeps you accountable. You're able to hold yourself accountable into a standard, as opposed to setting a goal that may be very difficult. Sorry about that, went over a bump. These potholes are crazy. It may be difficult for you to stick to that goal if it's not definitive and you don't have a timeline. So that's the first thing. Set specific goals, be very clear about what you want, and have a timeline. The second thing that I would say is this. I would look at individuals in your circle, in your communities, in your ecosystem that are doing the things that you want to do, because success leaves clues, right? I'll repeat that. The second thing I would say is to look around you with people that have success and that are doing what your goal is, right? So say hypothetically, there's some individual that has a number of real estate properties and you want to secure your first rental. Well, hey, you may not know anybody personally that has a bunch of rentals, but you may be able to go find someone on YouTube or watch videos online of individuals that are succeeding in that field. The key is that success leaves clues. And it may seem like, oh, well, like that seems like so basic. No, like it's so basic and it's so real that most people don't do it. They're trying to recreate the wheel, whereas they may have individuals in their ecosystem. And with the internet nowadays, you could connect with people on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter that are literally doing some of the things that you want to accomplish, and you could essentially follow them, right? You could follow them and really dig into what they're saying. You could use AI to analyze some of what they're saying to understand how they got the success that they got by doing research. And it doesn't have to take you that long. With the tools and the technology nowadays, you can really attack those goals, and you can connect with people and learn from people and learn how certain people achieve certain success that you're working towards. So that's the second thing. And then the third thing that I would say is not giving up. Literally, not giving up. Because being consistent and not quitting when something doesn't go right is extremely powerful. I'm not talking about adapting your plan when something doesn't go right and knowing when to pivot. That's totally different. That's action. That's being very prudent and wise in your goals and what you're trying to achieve with being able to adapt. The issue is that sometimes people can't adapt or pivot, and then they may be a little bit hard-headed in terms of what they think they want to do, or they think what they want, but it's okay to pivot, because sometimes pivoting within the goal that you're trying to achieve can allow you to get there in a smarter way. Period. That's the fact. So I know that personally in my experience, there's certain things that I may have been working towards, specifically as it pertained to different roles or jobs that I wanted. And it wasn't that me wanting that job was a bad thing. It was just my approach and the tactic and what I was doing to try to achieve it was not the smartest way to get there. So as a result, by me being able to adapt and have the foresight and the mindset that I'm like, hey, I'm okay with adapting and pivoting my strategy to work smarter, not harder, I was able to achieve what I was trying to accomplish. So to wrap it all up, the 3 things that you should focus on in May to achieve your freedom literacy goals and understand that it's never too late to get to where you want to go is as follows. 1, setting clear and definitive goals. 2, surrounding yourself with people that are going to do or doing what you want to achieve, because success leaves clues. And then 3, never giving up and not being afraid of pivoting, because if you're willing to pivot, you can accomplish oftentimes the goals that you're trying to work towards by working smarter, not harder. So at the end of the day, that's what I wanted to come on here to talk about. As always, with SimpMe, we're all about freedom literacy. We have our Denominator Matter shirts that are still on sale. Support that. Click the link below. I'll add the link in the comment box, in the caption box, for anybody that wants to check out the brand and support. But as always, understand that it is never too late to boss up and to attack your goals this May. We're literally almost at the halfway point of the year, and a lot can change in a very quick period of time. So don't stop and keep working. As always, like I said, this is Jordan from SimpMe. If you guys want to ever lock in on any of the resources that we have a lot. We help people one-on-one. We have community. We have a course. We have our newsletter. And I'll include all that in the comment box for y'all to check out. And yeah, appreciate you guys and have a great, blessed weekend. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.